Hello everyone, my name is Ninja and welcome to Indie Game Slice, the show all about indie games. Let's get straight into the action.
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a spotlight.
Gnomoria now has a playable demo version that you can try out. It's a sandbox village management game where you can help lead a small group of gnomes who have set out on their own to thrive in a bustling kingdom. Anything you see can be broken down and rebuilt elsewhere. Craft items, build structures, set traps, and dig deep underground in search of precious resources to help your gnomes survive the harsh lands. Build your kingdom and stockpile wealth to attract wandering nomads to your cause, but be wary of also attracting enemies. A big influence for the game has been Dwarf Fortress, so if you ever wanted to play that with a much easier to understand interface and design, I definitely recommend it. After a minute of the demo I was hooked, so I've started a let's play / tutorial on my channel, partly due to the fact that there isn't an official tutorial or wiki, and also to showcase the great game. You can play worlds in the free demo for 6 in-game days, at which point you need to pre-order the game to continue playing that world. Running with Rifles is a top-down sandbox shooter for Windows, with an emphasis on cooperation, squad leading, and being a tiny soldier in a big war. Events take place on an open-world battlefield divided between 2 factions, each trying to capture bases from the opposite side until the enemy has been wiped out from the area. The player takes the role of a private and fights along his or her comrades, controlled by AI or other players in the multiplayer. In the single player, you slowly gain influence over fellow soldiers through rank promotions and success in battles. So if you're a good leader, your men will fight with much more confidence. The total amount of soldiers can be up to 600 based on your preference. There are a variety of weapons, all standard to shooters, and the game is set to have vehicles added in later. There is basic support for community modding, which is fantastic to see. The soldiers die quickly and the player's soldier makes no exception. The game uses the simplest possible die or don't bullet hit model, which makes the gameplay extremely intense and challenging. Caution: frequent usage of covers, suppressing fire to buy time, and staying with the group is highly encouraged. The heroic Rambo style risk taking will likely lead to a quick death. It's a beautiful way to go though.
Hiya!
Currently you can try an older version of the beta for free without multiplayer. You can then choose to pre-order the game to have access to the latest build and multiplayer. You can play co-op missions and several different squad-based game types online. Tiny and Big, a comic-style jump and slice platformer, gives you the unique ability to shape a whole world at your will. You are Tiny, a nerdy inventor who tries to reclaim his most beloved possession, Grandpa's white, fine rib underpants. On his journey through a forsaken desert, he will meet mysterious creatures, no clowns, a taxi robot, and his arch enemy, Big. The textures have a unique and original hand-drawn feel, and I really like the art style so far. You use grappling hook, rocket science, and laser surgery to slice the whole world, overcoming all obstacles in your very own way. Enjoy unlimited slicing freedom and unique sandbox gameplay. The game has better than life physics, which allow you to experience believable physics in a completely destructible, immersive environment that has been built to be cleaved into beautiful, multi-core simulated pieces of art. The storyline aims to be weird and humorous, drenched in peculiarity. Get back Grandpa's underpants by all means necessary. Defeat Big, your old arch enemy, in the process. The game will be available on Windows, Mac and Linux, and you can download a free demo right now. Pre-ordering the game gets you keys on all 3 platforms, which is amazing, and some extra bits of bacon goodness. It's available on Steam and will release on the 20th of June, so it's very close. Fist Puncher! Inspired by actual events, Fist Puncher follows a team of vigilantes fighting their way through the streets of a lawless city in search of the murderer of a teenage boy. War veteran, child savant, superstar athlete, trauma surgeon, jaded ex-cop, derby girl? Fist Puncher's gameplay features 4-player simultaneous action and is heavily influenced by beat-em-up classics, both old and new. However, below the surface, Fist Puncher takes a more ambiguous stance on violence than is typically seen in most games. Who sits in the shadowy boardroom pulling the strings? Does violence only lead to more violence? Punch, kick, and stomp your way to the answers in this side-scrolling brawler for Xbox and PC. The trailers have a nice humour to them, so I'm looking forward to see this retro beat-em-up. There currently isn't a demo, but the game is expected to release later this year. So with all that said and done, we're at the end of episode 4 of Indie Game Slice. I hope you learned a little bit about some independent games that you just haven't found yet on the big internet world. And my name is Ninja. I shall see you in another video. Huzzah!